Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther Reguavoin and I hope you are doing great today. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to fill out the medical application form by mail, in person, or online. So for those who are undocumented in the US without an income, or you are in the US on an immigrant visa like the B1, B2 visa, which is the tourist visa, then this video is for you. So this is the Department of Healthcare Services website. As you can see, it's the dhcs.ca.gov. So when you put this link on your web page, it will direct you to this page. So if you want to go straight into the application, you either click individuals, it will give you this, it will display this page to you, and you can see medical here. You can find out if you qualify, how to apply for health coverage. When you click on this, it will display this page. Or when you're on the main home page, you can scroll down and you will see apply for health coverage here. You can click on it and it will also take you to that same page. So whichever one is okay by you, you can do that. So now on this page, you can see apply for medical. You can either apply by mail, you can apply in person, or you can apply online. So I'm going to start by this type of application, which is apply in person. So you have to visit your nearest county office to make this application. So when you click on this link, County Social Services Office, it will take you to this page where you'd see the different county offices. And when you click on any of them, it will show you the address of where it is located. So whichever one you click, you will see the address over there. You can see Plaza has like one, two, three different addresses. You can go to the one that is nearest to where you live. So it all depends on where you live. You select one of them on here. When you expand, it will show you the address. So you can visit there. They will give you the form, tell you all you need to know, and that's it. You either fill the form right there and give it back to them, or you take it home and you take it back there. So whichever one is more convenient for you, then you can do that. So that's it about applying in person. And then if I go back, if you want to apply by mail, this process is actually downloading the form, the application for the medical application form online, filling it, mailing it to them, and then that's it. They will contact you once your application has been processed. So if you click on this link here, medical single streamlined application, it will take you to this page where you see the address where you can mail it to, which is Covered California, PO Box 989-725, West Sacramento, CA 957989725. You can either do that or you can mail it to your local county office. So that was the page I showed you previously before we got here, where you see the different counties and their addresses. So you can select the one that is closest to you and then mail your application to that office, or you can go there and drop it off there. But here on this page, you can see they have the form in different languages. They have in English, they have in Arabic, Armenian, Chinese, Farsi, Hmong, Khmer. I hope I pronounced those two correctly. Korean, Russian, Spanish in large print, Tagalog, and Vietnamese. So they have it in different languages, whichever one is convenient for you or comfortable for you to, apply, you can use that as well. It doesn't have to be in English. So, the difference between, I know you might be saying, what's English and English large print? All those forms are actually the same. So let me just show you the difference between English and English large print. So if you click on English, it's going to show you this form. As you can see, the text size is, normal size. And then when you go back and then you click on English large print, you can see that the text size is bigger, is larger than the previous one that I just opened. So this one is easy for you to read, you don't have to use your glasses. It's very it's very like, visible for you to see the text. So it depends on what is or what works best for you. Then you can either select English or English large print. So going into the application form, let me go to English. So on this first page, it's just giving you like a brief information about what covered California is, and you can use this application to see what insurance choices you qualify for, because covered California is not just only about medical, but it also has other different insurances that they also provide. But medical, of course, is definitely one of them. So if you can read this through and see what it's all about. Then the next page is things to know. So here it will tell you, give you the information on what you need to know when you apply. So of course they need your social security for those that are um, in here that are documented. So we can skip all this part, because of course you need your social security to be able to track your income and your taxes, and get more information on about you or the individual that is applying for this for medical. And here they tell you apply faster online. It's of course online applications are usually faster, because by mail you print this out, fill it, mail it to them. Before it will get to them, before they will open it and process your application, it will take at least a week or two. But when you apply online, it's usually faster because they get the information quickly. And then when you are done filling this application, then you send your completed and signed application to this address that I showed you earlier, or you can send it to your local county office. So here, if you need help with your application, you can contact them online or by phone or in person. In person, of course, you need to visit their office. And then if you have a disability, this is the customer service center number for you as well. So that's that for this information. So now they say here, start your application here. So step one, tell us about the adults who will be our main contact for this application. So if you have somebody that would help you with this application, you can put that in here. But if you are, enough, you know how to understand whatever they're going to ask you, then you can put in your own application in here. I mean, your own details or information in here. Your first name, middle name, last name, your home address. If you don't have a home address, like they said, you can check the box here, but you need to provide a mailing address, because after you fill the application, they are going to send you, of course, their feedback. They will send you more information. If you are approved, they will send you your identity card to that mailing address. So you need to provide one where you can receive your documents from. And then, of course, phone number, because once you fill the application, someone from there would contact you. So they need a phone number in which they can use to call you. And then how would you like to get information about this application? Either by phone, mail, email address. If you check email, you have to put in an email address for them to use to contact you. So here, there's a question here. Are you applying for a child less than 1 year old? If it's yes, you click yes, and then you fill in this other information. If it's no, then you skip these other questions. So now going on to step two, tell us about yourself and your family. So this form you can actually apply if you have dependents, children, spouse that you want to include in this application. You can do that as well. Or if you have parents, you can see that you must include these people on this application if you have them, which is your spouse, your children, or parents. But most times, if you are just here on a visit visa, then you don't really need all this information. These are actually optional, so it depends on your case. Um, as well. So if you have dependents that you're going to include on this application, they need to complete step two for each person in your family by starting with yourself. So they ask if you want to apply for more than 4 people on this application, you make a copy of pages 6 to 8 for each additional person, because this application is only for 4 people. So that's why they ask if you have more than that, you need to make copies of those pages. So like they said, they will keep your information private as required by the law. So you don't you don't need to worry about that, giving them your information. Okay, so here, person one, tell us about yourself. So here you are going to put in your information like your first name, middle name, last name. And then are you male or female? You check whichever one is applicable to you. And then your status, if you are single, married, never married, divorced, you select which one here is applicable to you. And then your date of birth. I know in let me talk about in Nigeria, if you want to put your date of birth, it's usually day, month, and year. But here in the US, it's usually month, day, and year. So you take note of that. And then if you are pregnant, you select yes. If you are not, you select no. If yes, then you put in the expected delivery date. So next year, applying for health insurance. Are you applying for health insurance for yourself? Of course, you're going to select yes. But if you are not applying for yourself, then you select whichever of these no options here that is applicable to you. And then here they ask for your social security. This is optional. If you do not have a social security, and you have to select one of these options here. So most times for visitors or for undocumented persons, it depends. You can just select I do not qualify for an SSN. So when you check this box, then you go further. But if you are documented, you have your social security, that's fine. You can put it in here. Okay, so going to the next page, this is going to ask you about your federal income tax information. Here, of course, as a visitor, you don't have this information readily available. So what you have to do here, you select no. Are you the primary tax filer? You put no. Are you going to file taxes for the benefit year? No. Does anyone claim you as a dependent or dependent on their taxes? No. And do you have other health insurances? You select no. Do you have a physical mental disability? If you do, yes. If you don't, you select no. Do you need help with long-term care or home and community-based services? You select no. So moving on, it asks, are you a US citizen or US national? Of course, if you're undocumented or here on an immigrant visa, then you select no. But if you are a US citizen or US national, of course, you select yes. And then if you select no, it will ask you, do you have satisfactory immigration status? If you have your valid immigrant visa, like your tourist visa, that is your B1, B2 visa, then you can select yes and fill in all this information. Your document type would be your passport, your ID number would be your passport number, country of issuance would be the country of where you got the passport from. The expiration date is also on the passport biodata page. You put that in here. And then your name as it appears on the document, you enter that information here. But if you don't have a satisfactory immigration status, then you leave this blank. So here it asks, have you lived in the US since 1996? Of course, if you are here on a tourist visa or you're undocumented, I mean, it depends because there are some undocumented people that have been here for a very long time. So if this is applicable to you, you can select yes, or if otherwise, you click no. And then are you your spouse or an unmarried dependent child or an honorably discharged veteran or active duty member of the U.S. Armed Forces? If this is applicable to you, you select yes, or if otherwise, no. Do you receive Medicare benefits? If you do, yes. If not, no. Did you have a medical expense in the last 3 months that you need help paying for? If you do, yes, and if not, you select no. So, do you live with any children under the age of 19? So, you just need to select if yes or no. And then you go down. Here is asking if you are 18 to 20 years old and a full-time student. If you are any of these, then you select yes or no. So, these are just asking about your age. That's if you fall into the age category of 18 to 20, 18 to 26 years, or if you're 18 years old or younger. So if you are any of these, then it's going to ask you, of course, how many parents live with you. So if this is applicable to you, then you answer, honestly, of course. Of course. And then, are you temporarily living out of state? Yes or no? If you are living out of state temporarily, then that's fine. But if you don't reside in California, like I said earlier, Medi-Cal is only for those that lives in California. So next, if you'd like to choose a health insurance plan now, they check here and fill out attachment D on page 25. But if you don't, you can leave it blank because they would, select for you if you don't select, or they will give you the option to select, give you some time frame where you can select your health insurance plan. But if you don't do that, they will automatically, set up some for you. So that's how this works. And next, say you should tell us about your race. So if you're white, black, or African American, American Indian, Chinese, Filipino, Japanese, Korean, if you're any of these, then you check that box. Are you Hispanic or Latino or Spanish origin? You can check that. This is actually optional, but if you want to, you can fill those information as well. And then here you need to check if you're an American Indian or Alaska Native. You can check that box here. So step two, this is still continuation of you, the main applicant that is applying for Medi-Cal. So do you work now? If you do, you select yes. Of course, as a visitor, you're not supposed to work here. Maybe undocumented, yes, some of them might be working, but I mean, if not, you click no if you are not working. And then where do you work now? Of course, this is not applicable to you. You can only fill this part if you select yes, and if you select no, then you go to other income page. Are you self-employed? If you are self-employed, if you are not, no. Of course, as a tourist in the US, all these are not applicable to you. So you select no for this part. And then does your income change from month to month? You don't have that. You can, and all these are actually optional. So if it's not applicable to you, you don't need to fill it. Do you have deductions? No, of course you don't. So next, it will ask you, this is telling us about the next person. So if you have more than one person that is applying for this Medi-Cal, like your spouse, your children, your parents, then you can put in their information here. It's still same thing as your own personal information that you just filled out. So you can fill this form for the second person. If you have another person, like I said earlier, you can apply for up to 4 persons on this form. But if you are more than four, then you need to print out these pages, page 6 to 8, for the extra individuals or persons that will be applying for the Medi-Cal with you as well. So all these are same information with what I just shared with you earlier. So this is for person 4. And then here it says, please read and sign this application. So here, if somebody else is helping you to fill out this application, then you can put the name of the person here with their address, and they will sign and date. But if you are the one that is filling this application yourself, then you still go down, read all these pages. You need to leave that blank. And then you read your rights and responsibilities. You can go through all these um, all this information here to be of help to you. And then here, declaration and signature. This is very, very required. So if you are the main applicant on this application form, then you need to sign this application and, put in the date. So you sign here and you put in the date. Make sure you do that because it's an important part of this application. Like you see, they said this is required, because if you don't do that, they are not going to process your application. So that's it. And they say, please read and sign this application. So complete this section if you're a covered California certified individual helping someone fill out this application. If you have someone from here that is helping you fill out this application, then they can fill out this information here. But if you don't have anyone, like I said, if you are the one filling this application yourself, you just have to sign here and put in the date, and that's it. And once you are done, you mail the packet to this address here. It's also in the previous page. It's here, it's at the top of the page, so you will not say you missed it. So you mail it to this address here. And then a few more questions. These are actually optional, but you can go through them. Would you like to be considered for all medical programs? If you want that, you can click yes. There are other medical programs for 65 years or older, people with disability or people with special healthcare needs. So you can select yes, and they will give you, or they will let you know of all the options that are available, and it's left for you to select whichever one is more comfortable or applicable to you. And then if you have had any recent changes in your life that made you want to apply for health insurance, you can fill them here. But all these questions are actually optional. If you want to answer that, that's fine. If you don't want to, you can skip them. How did you hear about Covered California? You can say you heard that about Covered California. You select whichever one is applicable to you. You can put social media. If you can put other, you can put my channel here. So you can fill that if you want, and then you just read all this information. If you want to know about more programs that they offer, read on all this information. So here, if you select that you're an American India or Alaska natives, they said you should go to page 20. So this is page 20, and then you have to fill all this information here for American Indians and Alaska Natives. And then if you have, existing family's health insurance, you can fill out those information here as well. They would like to know that. But if you don't, of course, it is not necessary. All these are optional. But if you have an existing one that you want to change, then they also need those information. That's why they're asking that here. So you tell us about your family health insurance. You put in all this information here. Your employer insurance form, if you have any, you can put that here. But of course, if you are here as a tourist, then you don't need to fill out all this information. Just stop there where you signed and dates your form, pack it. Then one thing I would also let you know is that when you are sending your application form, make sure you attach the biodata page of your international passport and your visa page. Make sure you attach those documents to your application, because that's the only thing. I mean, obviously, you need to show that you have a valid immigrant status in the US. So that's it for applying by mail. Once you have done that, don't forget to mail it to this address, or if you want to mail it or take it to your local county office, you can do that. You can select your county here, look at the address there, go to their office and give it to them. They are very, very nice and accommodating. So now going back, if you want to apply online, then you go here, apply online, Covered California website, you click on it. So if you want to apply online, it's going to take you to this page, Covered California. This is where you are going to, make your application, your medical application online. So here, of course, I'm just going to assume I'm a visitor here in the US. So my household income, of course, is 0. I'm just going to put like any zip code. Okay. Here, because it's kind of like we're doing a real application, so of course it's not gonna accept any wrong zip code. And then age of people needing coverage. um Sorry, let me just put 55 here and then calculate. So it tell you may qualify for no cost or low cost coverage. So continue. It will take you to this page. Here you just click how to enroll. You can see apply online, apply with a certified enroller, apply by phone. So you can call them and give them all those information by phone if you want to. And if you want to apply with a certified enroller, you can select this box. But if you want to apply yourself online, you are confident, you are comfortable of doing things online, then you select apply online and then you click apply now. So when you click on apply now, it will tell you to log in or create an account to get covered, of course. But here, as a new user, you don't have any username or password. You click create an account. So here, create a new application, link existing application, access my information. Maybe if you have an application that you have started, then you need to link it to your new account, then you select here. But if you are creating a new application, then you click on get started. So here you put in your first name. Mine is Esther. Okay, no, sorry. I'm not going to use my real name. Tester, testing, date of birth. I put I was 55, if I remember. But yeah, let me just 1968. Social security, of course, is optional because as somebody that is undocumented or you're on an immigrant status, you don't have an SSN. So if they want to get in touch with you either through email, phone, or mail, you would have to select which one is best for you. If it's email, you can click on that. You can put in your email address. If it's by phone, you put in your phone number. And if it's by mail, then you need to enter your mailing address. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to select email. So here I'll put in my email, the cruise with Esther at gmail.com, and it says you should re-enter your email address. If you copy and paste, it will not go there. So you just have to type again at gmail.com. Oh, so it says it doesn't match. So what did I do wrong? Okay, so I used the uppercase letter. Okay, so would you like to add additional ways to be contacted to your account? If you want to, you select yes, and then you put in these options. If you don't, you just select no. So your username that you use to log into your account, so you can, I'll just put the cruise with Esther. Okay, everything checked. And then you have to create a password. As you can see, your password must contain at least 3 of this following. So I'm going to put in my password. Okay, everything matches. And then use phone numbers you remember. You use this pin to e-sign your application. So what did I put as my year of birth? Okay, so I don't forget. Okay, let me just do 1111. Yeah, 1111. So you check this box. I understand and I agree to the terms and conditions. If you want to read them, you can click and read them, and then, but you don't have to read them before you can check it. So you click next. So now this is my information, and then you click create account. So now you have created your account. It's now asking you to log in. So let's log in, and then password. I hope I remember. Let's see if that works. Okay, cool. So here it's asking you to register your account. So no email registered, no cell phone registered, no security registered. Well, that's fine. You can click, you can, okay, you have to choose at least one option to register your account. So let's click on security questions. Okay, no, we can do email. That's fine. So enter your email address. This is it. Um, Okay, that would delay us, but let me select the security questions instead then. So add, what is your favorite place to vacation? Abuja. I mean, I know that's not true though, but yeah, let me just put that. What's your favorite sport to play? Do I play any sport? No, but I mean, I like basketball, though I don't know how to play it. And then security question 3. Um, What's your significant others? Okay. What's your grandmother's nickname? Oh, my grandma passed away, but we usually call her Mama Egbidi. That's her nickname. Okay, so next. So that's good. You've registered all your security questions. So you need to select one of these 3 options to register your account. So save and continue. So now it asks you to update your profile. To retrieve a lost password, you must register an email or cell phone number. Well, let's go to homepage. You can do that when you are there. So begin your application, account alerts, important dates. So you see this information on your first page. You can just go through them. Just to save more time, we are here to fill out the form. So you click on apply now. So here's zip code. Why are we asking? Let's see. You need to live in California to get healthcare. through covered California. So of course they need to verify that you live in California. So I'm going to put in the zip code. How did you hear about California? This is optional. So you can click next. Do you allow us to verify your information? Of course, yes, they will need to verify your information. So I want to find affordable healthcare options. I do not want help paying for my healthcare. Of course, you need help paying for your healthcare. So you click yes, and then take you to this page, your introduction. You've already added those information, which is your name, I mean your zip code, and how did you hear about Covered California. So yes, next. Yeah. So you've already filled that part, then household information start. So you need to add your household members. If you have any, you can, of course, you start with yourself. All this information are just it's going to pre-fill it for you because you've already entered those when you were creating your accounts. So what is the tester sex? So I'm female. If you're male, transgender, female to male or male to female, you can select those options. And then next, what is your marital status? I'm married. So you enter your testers, you enter your phone number, and all these are optional. If you don't want to include that, that's fine. When you see optional, you can skip those questions. But here you have the email address. They say asked you to re-enter it. So I will do that now. Okay, and then next. You should add household members. So if you have anybody, your dependent, spouse, children, parents, then you can add them here. But if not, then it says in what language should you write to tester? Okay. So for me it's English. You can select which language here applies to you. And then English, in one language should we speak to a tester? So if they call you, you can select that here. It's optional. If you don't select anyone, even when they call you, it's gonna be in English. And then you click next. So here you have these optional questions. This is also similar to what we saw on the form, but this is just on the website. So this is the faster way of applying for Medi-Cal. So is tester Hispanic or Latino? These are optionals. You can skip all these, but anyone that is applicable to you, you can select those here. Me, I'm black, of course, and then done. Okay, so your information is already in here. Tell us about the people in your household. So it's just you, just, put in your information here, and then you click done. If you want to add in more members, you saw that part there, you can add additional members. And then here, basic information can start, begin section. So special enrollment, you must have a qualifying life event to apply for health insurance through Covered California during special enrollment. So which one is applicable to you? You here, you can say, if none of them is applicable, you can select that. And then you click next. If you have your social security, of course, if you're undocumented, you don't have that. It's optional. You can put in your address here. You can put in your mailing address, your contact information. You already have your email here, phone number, and of course, all these are optional. So I'm going to put in a home address. Let's see if this would work. Oh my God, this is so funny. Okay, yeah. So it's going to ask you they said they could not find the address you entered because it may be incomplete. This is actually a wrong address. But if you feel that is the right one that you want to use, then you just click use original address. And then is mailing address, is this also the same? Yes. If it's not, if you want to put in a different address where they can mail your documents to, then you select no. and then your contact information. You previously provided email as your preferred contact method. Is this still the best way to contact you about this application? Then yes. So you already have your email pre-filled here, and then you click next. Okay, so identity confirmation failed. So now, why it didn't go forward is because I didn't put in the right information. My identity wasn't confirmed. So, I used the name, tester name, and my address too was not even correct. So that's why it's stopped the application. But if you have your correct information, you make sure you know, put those in, and everything will go smoothly until the end. And then when you are done, you complete your application. It will also tell you where you need to attach your documents. So you attach the biodata page of your passport and also your visa page. So when you attach those two, you are good to go. All you need to do is just sit back and wait for um departments or for someone from the DHCS to contact you, and then you can go on from there. So most times, most people are always approved of medical when they apply, even though they are visitors. But something I'll also mention is that in as much as this is an opportunity for you to get free health coverage in the US, especially where you live in California, because medical is only for Californians. You also need to be very, very careful because a lot of people misuse this opportunity. So if you are here, you just want to apply and get it handy just in case of emergency, that's fine. But not like you already maybe you're already pregnant in Nigeria or wherever country you are from, and then you come here purposely to apply for medical to use it to make your payment. Yes, it's going to work for you, but like for Nigeria, I know if you go through that option of letting the government pay for you to give birth to your child here in the US, is going to affect your immigration status. When you coming back here, they might ask you, or when you are going to renew your visa in Nigeria, they might ask you about that as well. So just be very, very careful on how you go about this. If it's just normal medical emergency services, that's fine. But on special cases like that, because these people give you this opportunity, but not for you to, misuse it. So I mean, I'll put it that way. So, like I said, if you are here or if you're in your home country, you want to give birth and you say, oh, yeah, let me come to California, I'm going to get free medical. Eventually, it will affect your immigration status. But if you are here on a visit and maybe you get headache or you catch flu or you fall down, stuff like that, something that happened to you here in the US, then that's fine. You can actually apply for medical and get those services, and you will be good to go. But if you come here, like I said, you are pregnant and you are coming here to give birth for you to use medical, is definitely going to affect your immigration status, especially if you don't live here. Like you come here, give birth, and go back to Nigeria, that will affect you. But if you are coming here to give birth and you are going to stay here, I mean, you don't have your document, but you're going to find a way to, stay in the US and, eventually get documented, then you can apply for medical. So, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Put that in the comment section below. I hope this is very, very helpful or has been helpful for you. Um, you can, put in your questions. Like I said, I'm here to help answer any of them. And then, of course, do not forget to like this video, share this video because you don't know who would need it. This is a very, very useful and helpful information for people out there because a lot of people don't know that there are opportunities like this that you can benefit from. And then, of course, stay charming, stay fabulous, stay healthy, and stay blessed. See you next video. Bye.